I will not hedge. She is going to be fired and she will never be back. I know for a fact they are just like with New York, just like after the New York pause, they are interviewing hundreds and hundreds. I don't know, 1,000. I don't know the number. They are right now, as you listen to this, meeting, interviewing, asking for tons and tons of women in their 30s, maybe to early 40s in New Jersey. That train has started. So Remy Ma and this and that, I don't know about that. I do know that they are like enough already. It was so whatever before we tried. I really think we're going to see a diverse cast in New Jersey. I think they're like, it's time. They kind of tried it with Tiki Barber and Tracy Johnson through Tiki. Didn't really work.
Totally forgot about them. Right. It didn't work. Right. They're no longer on. Oh my God.
I mean, well, Tracy was no, you know, but this time I think they're really going to make sure that this is diverse. And I think they really couldn't before because Melissa was coming back. Like there wasn't enough slots. They're interviewing right now. So anyone that lives in New Jersey that's listening to this, you probably already have been talked to, but if you're in your 30s or maybe early 40s, they are looking for you. And I heard they want to go wealthy. They want real. You talk about gaudy Jersey. You might see some gaudy over the top. This is happening now. And we're trying for diversity. And they really, and you know, I mean, if you really want my full opinion, Margaret, Melissa, and if anybody cares, I don't think you do. But if anybody cares, Jackie Goldschneider, who I like, and Jen Fessler will also be fired. So we have 4 people we are going to be replacing. Really, they're probably looking for 2 full-time housewives, 1 to replace Marge and 1 to replace Melissa.
Wow.
Now, everyone could save this and you can say I was wrong. I don't care if I'm wrong. My name is not Bethany and my last name is not Frankel, but I'm not wrong. Wow. Now you could really, God, that was a rant, Sarah. God.
I'm sure it felt great. By the way, I loved everything. Now I'm back on your train. I think those 4 women are gone. And DJ Envy and his wife would be so good. Like he already knows how to be messy. So it would be like, I feel like he'd be really great. But wait.
Can I say one thing? The DJ Envy, the Ebony K. Williams slap down of DJ Envy from a few weeks ago. Yeah. If everyone hasn't watched that, go watch Miss Williams put Mr. Envy in his place. Shout out to my girl, Ebony K. Williams. Okay, go on.
Well, here's my thing. Like over the weekend, this feud that was ongoing between you and Melissa, and then fans were DMing you. But wait a minute, I kind of think the messiest thing of all, which you didn't bring up, is you posted a screenshot that Melissa Gorga subscribes to your Patreon with Kim, and like I know you're busy, so I'm sure you've done zero investigation. But
no, I've done investigation.
Cannot be the real Melissa. Melissa can't be this dumb to have gone on this rant about you, and then also have been or is a Patreon subscriber. There's no way, right?
Well, some people there is a way, and she is a subscriber. Now, here's the thing: I don't even know.
Cannot be this stupid.
So because some people said, how do you know it's her? I know it's her. So by her, and 2 other things. By her own admission, she has text with me. She said this on her podcast. I'll show you the receipts, which again, receipts is for someone that's denying something, you dumb fucking bitch. I'm not denying anything. She says she has receipts of texts. Melissa Gorga, we also emailed back when I was a fanboy. So I have emails with Miss Gorga that I'm happy to expose. These are receipts.
Which are basically just you at the time, probably, you're a fan.
Nice meeting you. Nice seeing you again.
I love what you do. Sure. Yeah.
Show. This is way before the podcast. I mean, again.
I don't even know when your friendship allegedly.
The partner in the law firm, this is Melissa referring to you when you were the receptionist. Okay. We all advance in our careers. I don't know what I did 7 years ago, which I am proud of. I am thrilled. Let me tell you something. If Madonna were having a meet and greet tomorrow, I would be in the back. I'm not a diva. So I don't know what her point is, but we also emailed Melissa. Did you forget we emailed Miss Gorga? So now I have to, you know who I have to thank for this discovery? The one, the only Jill Zarin. Hi,
What?
Jill. Hi, Jill. I love you. I
Jill
do.
Zarin is the one that figured out that Melissa Gorga is a Patreon of
No,
yours?
this is what happened. Guys, you didn't think
Wild.
this is getting
This is
interesting.
wild.
Miss Zarin is my neighbor in Sag Harbor. I love my Miss Zarin. Love. Now, again, we're going to refer to a snafu that Miss Zarin and I had 3 years ago. What does that have to do with present day? I evolve. I don't have a team in life. Jill and I are friends. I love Jill. So Jill listens to this podcast. Oh, trust me, guys. When I say
I
something
know.
Miss Zarin doesn't like, I get a text. I get a text, which I love. It's so classic, Jill. I get a text. Why did you say this? And I'm like, okay, Jill. Like, I love it. She's really funny. So she at one point told me that and I think I could say this, I don't think I'm revealing anything negative. She said, like, I listen to your podcast, and she does. She texts and she doesn't like what she hears. Not even about her. She's like, I disagree with that. I'm like, okay, I love this. But she said, I'm a fan. I'm like a listener. I like subscribe to your Patreon. Now I laughed and rolled my eyes, and I'm like, okay, Jill, like, I appreciate you listening to the shows. Like, I'm like, Jill, the Patreon is with Kim. It's mostly Jersey. We're going to cover New York when it comes back. But I'm like, Jill Zarin does not subscribe to my Patreon. I'm like, I think she's just being nice. Well, then I'm like, someone that I know is like, why don't you go see? And I'm like, what? They're like, you could see who your Patreons are. I'm like, you're right. So I type it in and it says Jill Zarin. And then I look at the email and it was Jill Zarin's email. And I'm like, holy fucking shit. Jill subscribes to my Patreon. Thank you. Honestly, because she told me she did. So I just didn't believe her. I was like, but it's not about New York. It's not about legacy. It's about, really, you listen to me and Kim. I mean, God, Jill must think I'm like a psycho when I'm saying all sorts of crazy things. She subscribes. So then I'm like, oh,
Well,
who else subscribes? And I found a lot of things brewing, and it said Melissa Gorga. And I'm like, interesting. And then I looked at the email, and it's the same email that, as a fan, as she likes to say, that me and her used to email on. So Melissa seems to forget that so I agree. You probably could make up a name to join Patreon. I mean, you have to put your credit card in. I don't know. Can you use a fake name and email? I don't know. You have to put a credit card in. So I don't even know if you.
I think, look, if the emails match what
The
you
emails
have,
match, sweetheart.
well, then it's her.
And you don't think that Melissa
think
Gorga, they all listen. Margaret, they all listen. They all want to hear what Jackie Goldschneider. I told you when I ran into Jackie Goldschneider at
don't y'all have a life? Like, aren't y'all creating?
no, this
Like,
is
I mean,